out of Montgomery, I-92. AJ, welcome to the Rick and Bubba Show. Go ahead.
What's going on, guys? I just wanted to ask y'all, with y'all's expertise in research and facts, what's going on with that Blackhawk up in North Carolina that they're supposedly rotor washing the supply station?
All right, so we've done some research on this, and so Adler has the video, and it looks like that they have identified this particular helicopter, and it was an accident.
They have identified it by the serial number and everything.
Okay.
But it was just strange. They're saying that this was an accident, but this donation center here in North Carolina, they got rotor washed, is what it's called, and the rotors the helicopter comes down, hovers above, and tents go flying, donation items go flying, and people are wondering, what the heck is this all about? It doesn't look good, especially with all the problems we've had with FEMA stopping private companies, private helicopters from getting in there and dropping things off, and this does not help. If it was an accident, it looks like it was on purpose. I'm not saying it was because they're saying it was an accident, but it doesn't look good.
So, but then you got to go back to conspiracy theories. So you mean the federal government wants people to be upset, and they want people not to be taken care of so they can be angry? And because if so FEMA, who, if I was FEMA, I would want everybody to be getting what they want. Then I would take credit for it if I was the government.
Yeah, look, we got good idea.
There's also been reports of that.
Yes,
yeah.
But if I'm disturbing people getting help, and I'm trying to make life harder on the people who need help with something as subtle as a helicopter. How's that helping me in the upcoming election? It wouldn't help you very much at all. It doesn't sound like I can't figure out the end game of this conspiracy.
You know what I think happened, and I may be wrong, Rick. Right. I don't know. But it looks to me like somebody was trying to take a picture or document what was going on, and they just got too close to the supplies. They didn't realize they were going to have that much wash on the ground.
If we're giving them the benefit of the doubt, absolutely.
Yeah, but again, why would I want to disrupt these things? To what gain in something like a helicopter that everybody can plainly see
and take videos of on their cell phone? Yeah. Right.
What gain? Yeah. That's not even a good scam.
It's a PR nightmare.
Yeah, right.
And that's what it's turned into. Right. It was a Sikorsky UH-60M Blackhawk operated by the Connecticut National Guard.
Oh, National Guard, yeah. I thought it was
somebody got close, and then they back. We're blowing stuff away.
Because you see, when things started flying, they got out of there. So if they were going to destroy the thing, they would have kept doing it.
Yeah, what was it? I'm like you. What was their goal? We're going to come and destroy it right in front of everybody to see.
Right.
There's things we got to change. There's things the government that they are doing that they're completely out of control. Our central government has become tyrannical. They're using government agencies against people that they don't like, that they consider enemies. All that's plenty. I just don't want to chase this kind of stuff because I'm afraid it takes our eyes off the things that really are concerning and really need to be dealt with.
Yeah.
I just don't buy that the government sent a National Guard Blackhawk in there to stir up everybody's private donations so we could all hate them.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to get a better look at it. Now, if you want a real question, ask why they are blocking airstrips so private planes can't get in.
There you go. That's
why are they not letting people fly rescue missions who want to? Why are they not letting people come in who wants to cut trees? Now, that is a legitimate question.
And y'all mentioned, I'm getting some emails and looking on text line too. What do you think about the government slowing down the relief to people because a lot of this happened in counties that would be pro-Trump in North Carolina, and it's to make it harder for people to vote in November? I still, one of the things I still struggle with is I'm going to send a helicopter to blow stuff around that everybody's going to get a video of on the phones.
Yeah, and the tail numbers visible. I mean,
you know how sometimes you can galvanize your political enemies, or really any enemy. And
if my goal was to cause a lot of destruction there, you didn't do very good, because if you see the camera, there's all the pilots pretty much are still there. We lost a few tents and some paper products, but if your goal was to somehow disrupt that, you didn't.
You really didn't. No, you caused. And again, now you got people that. It seems like if I were trying to retain my political power, I would want to be doing a really good job.
Yeah. I want to come out and say, look how good this is going. People's getting power
we
back.
welcome the private sector working alongside the federal government. We have a role to come alongside the people as they help each other, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know. But I just think that we have stuff in front of us that we need to deal with. And I don't think that, first of all, I haven't heard anybody walk out that if you have been hit by the hurricane, you don't get to vote.
Maybe they think if they're cleaning up, they don't have time.
I don't know, but I do think, and y'all might disagree, I do think the underlying cause in all this is there's no true leadership of a commander-in-chief on the ground at a press conference or something saying, we got this. I know it's taken some time. There's mountainous regions in here. It's tough to get to, but we love you and we care about you and we're coming after you. And so when you just don't have that, and there's this silent void, then people are just left to assume the worst. Well, it's like, well, why aren't y'all here? Where are y'all? I don't see y'all. I am struggling, and my heart goes out to them, but I don't know how bad it is, but I'm hearing it's really bad. And so if you're in that world and your life and you've lost everything, you have nothing, and you don't see any help, well, yeah, you're left to assume the worst. And because there's no real leadership of anybody saying anything. Instead, they want to sit up there at a press conference and go, no, they're happy, man. We're doing everything we can. Well, we don't see it.
Right.
And I would tell everybody, including your retirement plan, this thing called Social Security, I wouldn't count on the government to be the answer to any of your problems.
No. But I'm talking about they can't help.
And it's prevented people from being self-sufficient over time. Yeah, right. And then, when you get something like this, it's just so overwhelming, it's hard to... you can't, and again, we're a microwave society. We want to fix it overnight. This is going to be a thing that's going to take years and years, if not a decade, to recover from.
Right. And Speedy, the reason why this is not happening, it's very simple. It'd be like you going, Rick, why aren't you flapping your arms and flying? Because I'm not able to. Mm-hmm. You're asking Kamala Harris and Joe Biden to do something they are not capable of doing.
Which is the problem.
Right. But what I'm saying is, I want to be sure everybody understands, the reason why this isn't happening isn't that they don't know what you're saying is true. They can't do it. And I hope everybody remembers that when you get ready to vote. These two are incapable. One of them from a mental decline. The other just has never been capable of this. Yeah. Just doesn't have the skill set. And so this is, I want you to look, because I actually think this is offering an awakening to say, what we have right now cannot continue. And there's all sorts of reasons. And here's another one right before you. As opposed to it being something that might swing, you from not making the change, this is just another reason why you got to make the change on these administrations.
But I mean, just the optics of things, it goes a long way in healing and comfort. And I'm not saying that most everybody doesn't depend on the government to solve all their problems, but a government official standing on the ground going, we do care. And we are here, and we're going to do something. We're going to do something, and we're here to help, because people are walking around that have lost everything, and they don't know what to do because everything they have is gone. And I think there's just a void of leadership, which is, I think, the most frustrating part in all this, is because nobody is standing there being the alpha male or whatever, and
or
saying
female,
or female, whatever, and saying, I'm here.
Well, what you said,
and we love you.
And then when you complicate that by the people who are trying to help and get there are being blocked by the very federal government that's not helping.
Then here come all the theories, conspiracy theories, and stories that splinter off that.
And there's an old adage, and I stole this from one of the YouTubers. They mentioned Hanlon's razor. It's a rule of thumb. It's an old saying: never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity, right? So if you see these examples, but the problem is you have example over and over and over again when you see, is this stupidity or is this malice? Is this on purpose? Is this inept? Is this I don't know how to do this, or is this corrupt? I am doing this on purpose. And when you have a person like Alejandro Mayorkas, he is the head of the Department of Homeland Security, which is over so many things. It is over the Coast Guard. It is over the border, Customs and the Border Protection. He is over immigration and Customs of enforcement. He's also over the Secret Service. This one guy We've seen so many repeated problems in all of these areas, and you can attribute it back to this one guy. That doesn't look good either.
No, most people who had been through what he'd been through would resign. And the fact he won't, I think, speaks volumes.
When you have federal forklifts lifting up razor wire that Texas laid down at the border, that is corruption. That is evil. That is on purpose. But then you have this helicopter situation. You're like, what even is that? It's just there's so many mind-blowing examples of just incredible. You can't believe it. You can't believe what you're seeing from the government.
Well, what you can't believe is people are still wanting more of this. That's shocking.
Yes,
that's the one on mental borderline.
To all the points, because I've heard people counter, and you guys have communicated it perfectly. But I was going to give you an example. Well, they have enough sense to know that they just get in the way when they get there. Look, George W. Bush did not go down to the attack location to be part of all what they were doing to build back. Mm-hmm. But he was there, to Speedy's point, Bubba's point, and Adler's point, he was there to stand on the rubble and say, we're here for you. We're not going to leave you. Mm-hmm. He wasn't there to get in the way. He wasn't even there pretending he'll now be the one that will clean all this up. But what he was there to do is to say, we haven't abandoned you. We know you're afraid. We know you're hurting, and we're here with you.
That goes a long way, man.
Yeah. Did he even pick up a piece of shrapnel? I don't think so. But you know what he did do? He showed leadership. Yeah. To your point, and your point, your point.
Yeah.
And that's I was just thought that's an example of what y'all are talking about.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the way. Yeah. He understood there was cleanup that had to be done. He understood there were agencies, private and federal, that were working. But he, as the leader, made sure he was there to say, not to grandstand, we're here with you.
Yeah.
You know,
that's it.